Hi everyone, so today is my long-wearing flawless foundation routine. This might be a bit high coverage for some of you, but it's the way that I get my makeup to last all day, especially in this hot weather that we have here in Australia. So I started with clean skin and then I applied my Mercier Foundation Primer Radiance, which adds glow to my skin. And then I started building up some light layers of foundation using a damp beauty blender. Today I've chosen MAC Studio Fix because it's the right shade for me. But my other favourite long-wearing foundation at the moment is my Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, but it's just a tad dark for the fake tan I have on right now. So as far as application goes, I just build up thin layers of product and add more to the areas where I need it. Next, I'm applying my most long-wearing concealer, which is MAC Prolongwear. Make sure your eyes are well moisturised for this one so it doesn't look drying. But you can apply that all underneath your eyes and on your eyelids as a base for any eyeshadows you'll be wearing later. It's really good at getting rid of discoloration on the eyelids. After that, I move on to my Nars Creamy Concealer, and I apply this in the shade Vanilla anywhere where I feel like I need some brightening on my face. And I also add some of MAC's Prep and Prime highlighting pen to any areas that need some radiance. Then, as we did before, you want to blend that out seamlessly as possible with a damp beauty blender. The beauty blender is amazing for giving you a really flawless natural finish, especially if you're quite heavy-handed on products like I am. This helps you not to look like a cake face. It really shears everything out. Next, I like to set my face with a translucent powder. This isn't for everyone, and I don't actually like the look of very matte skin. But here in this hot weather in Australia, the only way to get my foundation to stay in my face is to set it quite heavily with powder and then add shine back in later on with highlighters. So I like to apply this all over my face with a big brush, just dabbing it in and not wiping it so you don't remove any product beneath. And then I use a smaller brush around my nose and other areas where I feel like my foundation might break up a bit easier. Then I like to apply my Mercier Secret Brightening Powder underneath my eyes to set that concealer. Next up, we're moving on to the bronzing and contouring portion of the video, and I like to start with Benefit's Hoola bronzer, and I use an angled contour brush from Fabuche brush, and I start to build up warmth around my face, and this will start your contour for you. I start on the forehead and areas where I want to kind of create shadow, and also under my chin, and then after that I move on to my Nars Laguna bronzer, which is much cooler and more grey toned. I use my Nars ITA brush to get the sculpted look that I'm looking for. Using small bits of product and tapping off the excess, I start to build up that shadow, always blending upwards and never downwards to keep that lifted look to the face. Just apply as much as you need. Contouring is all down to personal preference, so you do whatever you want here. This is just what I like to do. I also like to apply some of the powder down the sides of my nose. This isn't essential, I just think it pulls the look together for me personally. Next up, I move on to highlighting so that I can get that luminosity back into my skin that I took away with all of that powder. I like to use the Balm's Merry Manizer, which is a beautiful gold highlight. I apply this with my big fluffy brush from Fabuche on my cheekbones, my brow bone and along my nose. Lastly, I like to use a little bit of blush. These ones are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blushes. I mixed two of the shades together and I applied them to the apples of my cheeks, making sure I'm not smiling when I'm doing this. If you smile when you're applying your blusher, the blush actually moves down then when your face is in its natural resting position, and it can pull down the face. And that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and I will see you again very soon.